Hello everybody, I'm Liz, I'm the dyer behind Treliz yarns and I welcome you today from my house. I am based in Athens, Greece, and I live with my two cats, Sushi and Panda. And these days I also have a beautiful dog. His name is Oscar and he's my neighbor's dog and he's just amazing. Like, I don't know for how much time I was harassing his dad. Like, go away, I will keep him, and he's just the best. He's really cute, he's really nice, and I'm so happy to have a dog back in the house. It's been so long since, well, it's not so long since the kind left, but it's been too long that I haven't had a dog to take care of and that the dog has to take care of me. And he's just the best. With the cat, he's getting quite nicely along. And yeah, I was putting my tripod to do the podcast and he was like, what are we doing? I want to see. So there you go, you've met now Oscar. So you might see him in some of my stories or, around, and he's just a beautiful soul. I love him to bits. And other that small parenthesis, welcome. So if you're new to this podcast, as you can see, I like to talk about animals. I love animals. I like to talk about yarn, my hand-dyed business, my finished projects that sometimes are not a lot as much as I would like, because either my knitting mojo goes on vacation and doesn't come back, either I'm too slow with the project because I do so many other things. But I do love a good project talk, and I do have quite a finished object, and I can also talk about a project that I had finished for quite some time, and now's the time where I can tell you all about. Now you might hear Oscar, he's like so excited, he's laying around. Hey, Oscar, it's good. Hey, shh. He's like, pet me. It's okay, baby. Shh. Yeah. Ne rápido. Ne moro. I think he got quite excited because I got him in my hands. But yeah, it's okay. You're a good boy. Good boy. Bravo. Panda and Sushi are looking at him like, come on, Jude, just relax. Yes, she's talking by herself. That's normal. So I have lots of things to show you, so I will get started, and it would be nice if you sit. Good boy. So the first sweater that I will show you and that I will do also kits for it is the 65 by Alice Caetano. On Instagram she's Knit Burro. Okay. And it's a pattern that I test knitted for her, and it was released as a pattern in the autumn magazine of Lane magazine, so it's issue 26 if I'm not wrong, and it's called 65, and here it is in its own glory, my version. I love it. So I will put a picture over here of hers, of the original. As you can see in the picture, hers is longer, the body is longer. I decided to do mine a bit more cropped, but it still has a good fit, like as you can see over my shorts, and it's regular shorts, sorry for my t-shirt, but just for you. And actually, I think I just didn't do the last section. And there you go. The sleeves are quite large because she doesn't do any decreases. And I love it. I'm gonna take off mine right now because it's too hot over here. like super hot. I think I'm gonna faint. I'm so sorry, but I will keep it up for you to see. The constructions is very simple, and it's slip stitches and mosaic technique to do these colors. And as you can see, you have one color that is more up front, and then the other in the background, and then the opposite, and then it does this beautiful striping effect. And I used my Moires base, and in the colorways Suspicious Minds, which is this aqua color, I would say mint color, and then it is my colorway Innocence, again in my Moires base. I love those two together because they're very refreshing. I wanted to do something quite bold and happy because I also liked her color choices that were like fun, and it inspired me to do also a sweater that is fun. So I will do some kits for that, but you have to know two things about it. That my gauge is slightly larger than hers, so I did the first size, and it's like perfect for me because yeah, the gauge is slightly bigger. So if you are in between sizes, I'd say well, depending where in between sizes are, if you want it to be a bit more fitted in your body, go a lower size. But if you want it to be a bit larger, and it is designed to be a larger garment, go up. And I also used four skeins of 50 grams for each color, if I'm correct. I think so, yes, because I got what she had in the meters design, but because my gauge is bigger, it was eating up a bit more of wool. So if you want to do it longer as her version, I would say just to add a 50-gram ball of each color, just to make sure. So I will have the kits going with her yardage meters, but I will also put a big note on the I'm so sorry, on the pattern, on the listing for the kids, that if you're not sure and you want a longer body, just add 50 grams more of each color. And yeah, just to be sure, and just for you not to be, oh my god, I'm running off yarn and I'm having a panic attack and I don't know what to do. So that, I would say, it's your best bet. Other than that, because when I finished it, it was just before summer and I was traveling, I got to wear it and it's very comfortable. It's super warm. I loved working again with the Moires base. So it's my second sweater now with this base, and I really love them both. And my Evenfold sweater and this one. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. And I have to say a big thank you for Alice Caetano, the designer, because the test knit was a bit, it was a bit rushed, but she was very cool, and lots of us of the test knitters, we didn't have the time, but at least, you know, we had finished one sleeve, the body, and maybe we're struggling to finish the second sleeve, or, you know, and, but we had feedback to give, and she was, you know, very understanding and really, really nice for me and other fellow test knitters. So I do hope you like it. I had lots of questions when I knitted that, because they said that you could share but not say, you know, who's the designer and all that. So whenever I would share just a snippet on Instagram, or when I had it and I was wearing it, lots of people asked about it. So there it is. It's the pattern 65 by Alice Caetano, and you can find the pattern in Lane magazine issue 26, which is the, I think the name of the issue is Crossing Lines, if I'm correct. And yeah, so there you go. And I will have kits for that. And I would also have pre-orders for kits for that. Yes, and this is my Seli cardigan, which is in my Samskara base. So the Seli cardigan is the pattern by Aleks Byrd. I have already talked about a lot about this cardigan. I love it. My Samskara base is 60% super fine merino wool with 40% recycled cashmere and yak. And I love it. I love it. I love it. The colors is lemon incest. And over here is in Star Wars in Samskara. And over here, the orange is the only color that I used in the Moires base. So Gentile di Lucania wool. And it's the Who's the Dyer colorway. And I love it. It's very soft and squishy. I haven't put yet the buttons because I needed a bit of a break. I don't know why it does that in the front. It's my first ever cardigan and the first time that I pick up stitches. Over here, my stick isn't perfect, but I'm very happy for my first stick. And people told me that when I will block it, like I should, squish this a bit lower. But yeah, I don't know why it's like that. Maybe I picked up too many stitches over here. I don't know, but at least I did the same thing in both sides. And to say the truth, like, I don't care. This is so pretty. Like, it's okay if, my bottom line of the cardigan isn't perfect. It's okay. And I'm actually thinking of doing the sweater as well. Is that too much? I don't know. Maybe. Who cares? The thing that I changed is that she does this over here, the band of the buttonholes and the neckline also with the two colors. But I didn't do it because mine was fiddling a lot and it felt very heavy. And I thought that it was kind of a bit distracting from the pattern of the sleeve. So I just kept it like that. So I will put, after being into production, Samskara and Moires, now I can propose them to you. So I will have those two kits as pre-orders, and because you like them, you requested them, and I also like to give the opportunity when I'm finishing something for people to get the yarn for it or to be inspired by it. So yeah, I will do combos and organize all that. When will the pre-orders for those will be up? I was thinking Monday, but if I have the time, and I always try to when I release a podcast to have also the pre-orders. So if they're not ready by the time I release this podcast, it will be on Monday. So Monday, which date will we have? The 6th, the 7th? Anyways, that Monday. Liz, did you think this through? Not really, but at least I'm enjoying the podcast, and that's very good because I wanted to do this podcast for a week, guys. For a week, yes. Working by yourself is kind of super busy, and time goes fast. Also, while I was in vacation, I finished a hat. This is a hat that I kind of just did 2x2 ribbing. It's a 2x2 ribbing, but I had made a mistake, and at some point there was just one. So of course I saw that. So I was like, what did I do? So this hat I made with yarn from France, Bouclelaines yarn, and I just did a simple 2x2 rib, and then I just went, just stocking and stitching the round, and then I did some decreases, and And actually, I'd never tried that hat. And I think it's perfect also for me. And I want to do kind of bit the same for myself, but with mustard over here, with green and mustard. And I did this 2 colors for my niece. It's quite a bit snug for me, but perfect. Also with the hair, it's like super warm. And I love it. Also, it might be a bit bigger here, but that's why I did a very long rib, because she can put it, you know, like even more up and see a bit less the pink, but there you go. Ooh, I look cute, right? Right? You know, like, how full of yourself are you? I'm cute, right? Damn. It should be like a colorway. I'm cute, right? What color should it be? Green and pink, probably. So, yeah. It's funny because I'm not a very pink person, especially this baby pink. But when I saw this green and the mustard, I knew that I wanted to do a 2-color hat. And then we were talking about the pink, and I thought with a green ribbing that pink would be really cute. And I actually really like the idea. And I'm happy that I did it because it's actually really cute. So, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. It's not me that I'm cute, it's the hat. Of course. People, why are you knitting? Because knitting is cute. Yeah. Then I also finished my socks. It was the last tube of last year's that I did with Natalie. But this year we couldn't do more tubes because her sock machine wasn't really operating. So we had some troubles. But it's really cool. It's okay. My knitting sock mojo is kind of back, and it's funny. I'll tell you more. So this is, I think, Francis and Didier colorway by Le Bruit des Aiguilles. And then I just put leftovers from minis, and I'm very happy with that because it's a very serious color sock. And then it got a bit more funky with all the different edges. Yeah, I like that. So talking about socks, I finished another sock, not another pair, but look, it has ghosts. Okay, this is the sock by the, I have my notes, I'm looking at my notes. From the Spooky sock set by Charlotte Stone Knits on Instagram. Whoever knows Charlotte Stone, she's doing this amazing color work socks, and she's really cute, and she's fine, and she's my friend, and I love her, and she's the best. And so she had this sock set with some ghosts, and she does her socks from the top to the bottom, but I like to do them toe up. So I started this ones from the toe up, so it was really boring. And then I did it was the time for the pattern. But of course, silly me, I forgot that I had the pattern upside down because I was doing the sock upside down than the way that she did it. So I had ghosts upside down, but I was like, no worries, it will be mirroring ghosts. And it was so funny because when I took a picture and I put it on Instagram stories, and she was like, oh my god, mirroring socks, this mirroring ghosts, this is amazing. And I was like, well, you gotta roll with your mistakes, you know. And she was like, yeah, definitely. So this is one sock. The thing with me, and whenever I've tried to do color work in socks, is that they're too tight in the color work part, and they don't fit my foot. And I'm just like, come on, Liz. And it's actually better than the first try that I had done, and then it turned out to do mids for my niece. But I still have to rip it back down. And I think I'm just gonna do again the same mistake because they're really cute. The colorways that I used is Birthday Girl in my Yama base, which has yak. And then the other two colorways is Manawee, the orange one, and H2O in my Aries base. And I also did this little ghost a bit more elongated. Yeah, so now I started another pattern of hers that I can't show because it's a test for her and it's a secret. Yes, guys, I can keep a secret. And so I decided to do it like she does from the top down. But I'm not using magic loop, and I used the little circular needle, the sock needle, and I hate to use those because my fingers are too cramped up, but it's better. So I think that I'm gonna finish firstly those other socks, and then I'm gonna come back down here and do it again with these needles. And yeah, it's gonna be good. At some point I'm gonna manage it and it's perfect. It's I will have to get down and do and find my algorithm, my sock algorithm for when there's color work in the sock. So it's okay. I also took lots of minis and I did little granny squares because I have this long project of a granny blanket at some point, but it will see because I'm doing like really mini granny squares, so it's gonna take a while. It's okay. And then what else am I doing? Okay, so I'm also starting a crochet project, and I'm so silly I don't have the magazine with me. I thought I did, so I will put a picture over here. And it's normally done with fingering weight, and I had this bought yarn by Nathalie by Nights and from Cécile La Féfile, and I was really, into it, but I wasn't sure how to do those little, I don't know, clusters and all that. And there's also not really the cluster. The cluster isn't that bad. It was the bubble. It was the branch. Well, I will show you over here, like the little branch that goes sideways. So thank God there's YouTube. They didn't have exactly how to do like a left branch or a right branch, but it was easy to figure it out. But crochet. Okay, let's talk about crochet a minute. When I first started crocheting, like 10 years ago, like maybe not 12 years ago, I did a blanket, and then I did a top, and then I did a shawl for my sister, and then that was it. Because I was too much into the knitting techniques and the look and all that. And now I'm back into crochet because I really, really liked that shawl. And I thought that it's with a shawl, it's gonna make me learn new techniques, and why not? And, just have fun with it. And I was getting ready with my fingering weight yarn to do it, but I couldn't see very clearly what I was doing and if the pattern was showing up. So I decided to grab a DK leftover that I had in the house, and I grabbed this little guy, which is in my previous DK base era, just 100% superwash merino, my colorway A Reality 2 Experience, which you kind of know if you're here for a while. And I tried it and I loved it, you guys. So this is with 4.5 with a 4 crochet. So it was using a 3 crochet for fingering. And so I decided with a 3.5, sorry, a 3.5 crochet hook for a fingering. So I decided, because I could also find a 4 in my things that I had here, with a 4. So the little clusters are popping up really nicely, and it feels a bit tight. So then I went on Instagram and I asked people that have more, experience with crochet, should I use 4.5? So I did a start with 4.5, and it actually feels a bit more more pliable, but I don't know if you can see. Yeah, maybe with my hand behind. No, maybe, I don't know. You can see there are little holes. So in between, the spaces are bigger. So I'm not sure I like that. So I think I will stick with the 4, even if it looks a bit stiff. I guess that once it's how do you say, washed and blocked a bit, that it will get a bit more subtle. But I really like how it really shows. Okay, here I haven't done so many clusters, and also the first cluster is in blue, but I don't know how to hold those things together. But yeah, I think this shows better. So I will go back to this, to the 4, to the 4, 4, 4. And I think also while I will be doing it, my tension isn't going to be that tight, and it will be good. So I'm very sorry I haven't even said the name of this pattern, but I don't know where my copy is right now, but it's from the Moorit magazine, and I actually got the magazine because it was on the cover. So here it is, and it's really beautiful, and I hope one day I will have something I will have it. So I went on with the decay, and I actually kind of like this color, and I use this color for the body of my Ilia sweater by Kente Hunter. And I had this left over from the sweater, but because I decided to do also some changes, I had also 1 extra skein. So I also cake that, and it will go to the shawl. But of course, crochet takes up much more yarn. So I'm not sure if I will just dye. I have 2 leftovers of this base, but without speckles, but the same kind of color, background color. So maybe I will just speckle them, or maybe I will have my Gaia DK, which is a DK with little naps, and dye them the same color, so it will just add the naps. Or just go a totally different color, maybe like one of the colors of the speckles, or maybe just a gold dish, like Le Louvre. Oh, I love Le Louvre. Anyways, we'll see, but I'm quite happy to have a crochet project and being more of a crocheter, you know, like, yes, because there's so many cute and nice things that we can do in crochet, right? Right. Anyways, so those now are my 2 whips, and I'm also thinking, like, you know, in between the sock and the crochet too, now that hopefully it's gonna start to be a bit more cold, like it hasn't here, no, not at all, it's not colder, to maybe finish my rug sweater. So we'll see, you guys. It's really exciting. Other than that, how was your holidays? I hope you had fun. I hope you finished projects or you started new ones. Like, tell me about it. I hope you had time with your family and your friends, and you discovered new places. I did, and it was really fantastic. And yeah, I wish I had a bit more time to see more friends, but I cannot complain. Like, really, I was very grateful to be able to do all the things that I did, to see the friends that I did, and to just be calm and nicely. Yeah, what to expect the next few months from Treliz. So I will be with Maria Gomez, so Maria G, on Instagram, in her retreat in Portugal in a couple of weeks. So I'm very excited. Beginning of October, I will be in Berlin, and in Berlin Knits. And in November, I will be at Le Ch'ti Bazaar. I was supposed to be in Munich Knits, the festival, but I decided not to go. There was lots of personal reasons, and also some things with my health going through that decision. So I'm sorry to disappoint, but I will not be there. I will also be in the US, but I was supposed to be in December, but it will be probably more in the November time, but it's not for sure exactly the date. So when I will know a bit more, I will let you know. And yeah, so quite a bit of traveling by the end of the year. And yeah, I'm very sorry talking about the US that yesterday I went to the post office, lots of different courier deliveries to see about shipping in the US. So the regular post office doesn't ship at all in the US. And I found two courier that they do it, but it's very expensive. So I think I will just put an option for the US. I'm very sorry for the expense. I hope that we can go back to as it was. Now I think about hairstyles, singing as it was. Can it go as it was? I think no, but I hopefully, crossing fingers, that this could. And yeah, I'm very sorry for that, but I decided not to suspend completely shipping in the US, but it's much more expensive. So I'm happy that with two clients that I had orders and that they hadn't been shipped out, that we found a solution for them. One is that she's coming to Greece, so I'm gonna ship it to where she's going to be in Greece, and the other two that she was okay with the shipping fee, so that was good for her. But it's very sad. So if you have friends either visiting Europe or coming from Europe to the US and you need yarn, you know, be mindful that that might be a way to get your beautiful yarns either from me or other fellow dyers. And yeah, so I hope that things are gonna get better. We can. Let's focus in the positive. Let's be the change we want to see in the world. And maybe the world has a fighting chance. What can I say? I don't know. So thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for the kids, for the yarns, and for the two sweaters. And there's also something else coming up, but I don't know yet details, so I'm not saying anything bad. Be on the lookout. Lots of kisses, and don't forget, color is power, fiber is our weapon.